Hi guys, here's another video. I've got this Sur-Run type bike to have a look at today, e-bike. Got a few parts to change on it. This is the crank. Let's get it out of the packet, it's brand new. The old one's bent and damaged, and I'll show you that later on. But this is the new crank, and I've just got to put it together. Just got to assemble it. Just get the bits out of the bag. And as you can see, let me just take this part out. These are the bolts in here to assemble it. Okay, so it's just a matter of slotting the bolts through in the bottom half. You see it's threaded there, and then just putting the Allen key head in, and there's 5 of them all together. So I'll just pop them in here. You can see, sorry, there's 4 of them all together. You can see me just assembling the unit. Just putting the crank to the arm and just tighten it down with the Allen key. So that's assembled. Let me get a little close up there. That's the arm assembled. And I've just used a bit of super glue to hold the unit together instead of thread lock. Okay, so that's the arms assembled. Let's get the bike out, and this is it. Like I said, I've got to replace quite a few parts on this today. So if I just flip this bike upside down, it'll be easier to work on while I change the crank. Okay, that's the old crank. I'm just going to undo the center retaining bolt, holds the crank against the spindle. And now I've got an extraction tool, but because I don't need this crank anymore, I'm just going to use a bolt hammer and a chisel and just give it a whack. Oh, a bit too hard there, knock the camera over. So I'll just sort that out. Right, let me just give you a close up of the spindle. That's the crank that came off. And if I just zoom in on the spindle, you can see it's just square. So it's just a matter of fitting the crank, the new crank which I've just assembled. Just fits onto the square pivot like that. And then it's just a matter of refitting the bolt in the center. Just tighten that up. Now that I've got that nice and tight, don't want to tighten it up too much, don't want to strip the thread. I'll just tighten it up a bit more here. Okay, I think that should do it. So it's just a case of getting the other arm off. Just get a close up there. That's what the crank looks like fitted. So let me just show you the other side. I've got to remove the arm as well. So just same as before, just remove the center retaining nut or bolt. As you can see here, just undo that. And like I said, I have got an extractor tool, but I'm just going to whack it off because these are scrap now. Let me just show you what the problem is with this side. See, the arm's bent and it's hitting the body there. See, you can't pedal because it's hitting the body. That's why this is being replaced. So I'll just whack that off with my hammer and chisel. You can see there, and that's the old pedal. So it's a matter of putting the arm on opposite. You've got to put it on correctly, as you can see there. So that's arm fitted. And it's just a case of putting the bolt back in, the retaining bolt, and tightening that up once again. And then I've just got to remove the pedals. And then just Finish tightening that up. Like so. Okay, so it's just a matter, just going to fit the pedals. Let's take the old pedal off, the old arm. Threads reverse on this one. And then fitting the pedal to the new arm. Just finding the thread there. Just get it tighten. Okay, I'm happy with that, and it's just a matter of doing the same on the other side. Just put that pedal back on. And just tighten that up. And now that's on, just going to pop the chain on, give it a whiz, see if it works. Should be fine. And let me just show you here, this derailleur or S is damaged also, so I'm going to replace that. Close up there. So it's just a case of undoing the bolts at for the back wheel, which hold the derailleur on. Just lift away like so. Just got to undo the gear on the top and pull the derailleur away. It's either that or splitting the chain. This way is easier. There you see. Okay, that's the old derailleur. So I'm just going to remove the wheel. So this is the power cord for the wheel. So I'm just going to remove the cable ties and back the wheel off. Just stick it at the top there. Because this is where the derailleur bolts onto the frame and it's threads damaged. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it on backwards just to use this nut to clean out the thread. So you can see me just screwing the derailleur in the wrong way around, just to clean out the thread, and just put a bit of oil on there and just run it backwards and forwards till it cleans out the thread, because I haven't got a tap or die to clean the thread out. Okay, I'm happy with that, so it's just a matter of putting it on the correct way, like so. And it just screws in. I'm happy with that. That's nice and tight, and that's fitted. I'll just give you a close up here. See, that's the bolt's gone right in. So I'm happy with that. It's just a matter of fitting the chain after I remove that red gear. But first, I've got to replace the tyres as well. So just let the air out. Let the tyre down. And then all I've got to do now is break the bead. To remove the tyre, I'm just pulling the inner tube out after I broke the one side down. Get the tyre off. That's the old tyre. And this is the new tyre. Just got to make sure you put it in the correct way, rotation wise. So here you can see me fitting the new tyre to the back wheel. And just tucking the tube in. Just tucking in the inner tube. Now that I'm happy with that, it's just a matter of blowing it up. And there was an issue with this, so I had to put the old tyre back on because the tyre width wasn't quite right. So here you can see me just replacing the front tyre. Got the back tyre tucked at the top there. That one worked okay. You can see me just pumping it up. I'm just going to put 30 in there, 30 psi. There you go, 30.5, but that'll do. So it's just a matter of refitting the wheel, front wheel. See me just putting that on there. Okay, I'll put the derailleur on and the back wheel back on, just adjusting it so it stays in the top gear, or the lower gear, sorry. Now let's give it a try. See, that sounds more cleaner, sounds better. So I'm pretty happy with that. Also, I'm going to replace this throttle. It's a thumb throttle on this. So it's just a matter of moving the handlebar grips, which I've undone here. And there's a tiny screw underneath the old throttle. Just going to undo that. And that's the old throttle removed. This is the new throttle. And twist grip throttle. And let me just untangle this cable here lively. So let me just fit the new twist grip throttle. And it comes with this collar. And then you put the handlebar grip on the end there. Push that on, and then it's just a case of tightening up the new throttle cable, the new throttle lever to the handlebar in this position. And then I've also got to adjust the brake lever, slide them up. So let me just show you this section here. Now that I've fitted the throttle, I've got to go and find the control board and connect the new throttle. Disconnect the old throttle, which is still connected, and connect the new throttle. Let's get this side panel off, and then all I've got to do is go through, find the controller. This is the old cable I found. And I'm just disconnecting the old cable there, and I've threaded the new cable through. There's a connector, so I'm just going to connect that. Just got to get the connection the right way around. And you hear that click, so that's connected. So all I've got to do now is pull the old cable out. I'm just pulling in the excess of the new cable here and just zip tie them together, and then just put the side panel back on. So let me show you here what I've done. I couldn't change the back tyre, but I've changed the derailleur. Let's put the old tyre back on. That's the new derailleur, and that's the new crank. And obviously you got the new crank arm on this side. And you come up here, I'm just going to adjust this brake. You got the handlebar there, you got the throttle there, and then you got the new tyre. So I'll just take it out and have a quick whiz, see if it's working okay. Difficult to film with one hand, but seems to be working fine. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.